guys, this is Dave at Concise Review. Today I'm going to take you through some of the best features of the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, some of which you may know about, some of which might be new to you. So the first one, and one of the biggest features of the phone, is it is of course waterproof. Samsung give this a rating of IP68, which means it can last up to 30 minutes in 1 meter of water, and as you can see you can completely submerge it. You can't use the screen while it's underwater obviously, but as soon as you take it out it's fine. And the key thing about this is that the charging port is not covered. There isn't an annoying little flap like you had on the Samsung Galaxy S5. The S6 obviously skipped being water resistant for some reason, but here you can see with the S5 you're always worried about if this flap's sealed. It's annoying if you do want to use the charging port or the USB port for anything. The S7, you just drop it in, don't worry about it, and you can use it straight away when it's out of the water. Okay, the next feature is the fingerprint scanner, which Samsung have built into the physical home button on the phone. Obviously most manufacturers don't even have a physical home button, so you have to push the power button on the side and then you have to put in your PIN or your unlock pattern. Samsung have had this on their home button for a couple of years now, but they've really refined it for the S7 and S7 Edge, so still located on the home button, and it's just instant, so you just tap it to turn the screen on and then within a millisecond it's unlocked and into your phone. I'll just show you that again. Tap it, it's so instant you don't even realise you're unlocking it, and it's a very quick way to keep your phone secure, and you can do it with different fingers in case you're using your different hand. Okay, so I've had my S7 Edge for a while now, and the first criticism that anybody says about this phone is that it's too big. They say, oh, I wouldn't be able to use that, it's too big for my hands, etc. For me, I think it's fine. I love having a big screen, but sometimes if you're just browsing the internet, say one-handed, you do sort of feel a bit vulnerable, like you're going to drop it when you're stretching up trying to reach the top of the screen. So there's a very quick trick that Samsung have integrated into this phone to address that. You just grab the top right of the screen, drag it down, and then you create this pop out window, and you can move it about, and then you can scroll a lot more safe in the mind that you're not stretching to the top of your phone. You can change the size of it, and it just makes it a lot easier. Now you can also have different windows open at the same time, so if we open up YouTube you can change that down, and then it's kind of like you can move your apps about on your desktop like you would on a PC. And then there's a few features. If you push the button at the top, the first one's kind of like a copy and paste feature, so you can just drag some text up to your other app and it will drop it in there. You can also do that with images for compatible apps, so you could drop an image straight from a browser into an email. You've also got a couple of different buttons there. You've got a minimize, which kind of shrinks it into a little bubble similar to the Facebook Messenger app when you close that, and that will stay on your screen sort of whatever you're doing. The other options are maximize, so that takes it back to full screen, and then the final button on there is the close button. So that's a really useful way to make your phone a bit more usable with one hand. Okay, the next feature we're going to look at is kind of similar to the pop-out feature that we just looked at, but this really makes use of this tool screen that you have on your S7 Edge. So if you push the multitask button, you'll see in the top bar of each app there's sort of two rectangles stacked, and this means that they're compatible with multi-window view. So if you just tap that on one of your apps, it'll fill up the top half, and then you'll be presented with a list of other apps that are compatible and you're able to do this with. So let's open one up. If you hit Chrome, it fills up the bottom half of your screen with the other apps. So it's really useful. I use this quite a lot. It just allows you to keep an eye on two things at once. You can change where the divide is on the screen, and there's a lot of uses. So you can like keep an eye on the football scores while you're looking on the internet. You can have Google Maps open while you're reading something as well, and of course you can then just put one app back to full size. So I think it's a really good feature that makes use of the big screen. You can also have it in landscape mode if you wish. I tend to use it in portrait, but yeah, give that a try. Okay, so next up is something that I think should come as standard really these days in all high-end smartphones. It's wireless charging. So it's so easy and convenient, as you can see, to just drop your phone on a charging pad at the end of the day, no faffing about with wires, and it's just going to charge without even thinking about it. These pads can be bought for just a few quid now off eBay and Amazon, or Samsung do also sell their own fast charging pads, which apparently can charge your phone just as fast as if it was actually plugged in. Of course, this isn't a new feature, but it's something that I think just really sells this phone. This has been available since the Samsung S5, but you did have to buy a separate pad for that one, and as I found out to my cost, that broke the water resistance seal. With the S7, it's just completely built in, completely sealed. You don't even have to think about it, just drop it on there. You can also get car chargers. Check out my other video linked at the top of the screen to see how you can have a cool Android setup in your car using that. Okay, next we're going to look at one of the main selling points of any smartphone, and that is the camera. And Samsung have made some real strides forward in this area. The actual pixel count has gone down, so it's gone down to just 12 megapixels, but this is now dual density pixels. So this means that it has super fast autofocus, and it also means that it picks things up really well in low light. So I'm comparing it here to my old Samsung S5, and as you can see, the S5 is sort of struggling to keep in focus, whereas the S7, as soon as you get in close, everything's just in focus straight away. It really is just instant. I'll compare this now to the S5, and when you get in close, it's kind of blurry, and then it just about focuses there. Blurry. So this has a huge impact on just being able to get a quick picture, and also on being able to capture moving pictures. So if we take a picture with both now just to compare them, you can see the S7 on the left. It's a much clearer image, it's caught the light much better, the contrast is much better, and then the S5 one on the right just looks a bit dark. Okay, the other main feature of this camera is that it captures pictures really well in low light. So if we take this picture now with the S5, you can see it stays dark, it's really struggling to focus. It's just about got it, so I'll take the picture now. And then with the S7, the focus is instant. You can see even on the screen it looks a lot brighter, and then as the images come up, it's dark obviously because it's a dark room, but you can see that the S7's image captures the light much better, and you're going to get some much better night pictures. Okay, next up, this is the reason that I skipped out on the S6 because it didn't have this, but the S7 sees the return of a removable microSD card. So it's very easy to open. It does come with a tool for this. I've lost it, so you can just use a pin. You just prod it down, and then out pops a tray which houses a microSD card, which can be up to 200 gigabytes, and also your SIM card. A little tip: make sure that when you get this phone you have a nano SIM card ready. I had a micro SIM, so I had to wait a few days for the nano to arrive. So there's a few top features on the Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more concise reviews.